I pray that everyone is resting, reflecting, definitely praying, um, because the time that we are in requires more than anything our prayers, our sincere, heartfelt prayers. Um, so much to digest, so much to unpack, with conversations being had. My heart really goes out to us as a people. I pray that we learn that our strength lies and relies on our unity, on our ability to be humble, to connect, collaborate, and use each other. And I really think that people get it twisted with why we are here. We are here to be used. Um, People often get their feelings all riled up and worked up, because they feel like they're being used. When the fact of the matter is, we're here to be used. We're here to be of service. We are here to be servants, um, in a matter of speaking. And it all really depends on who your master is and who you serve. And right now, our people are serving a whole lot of mammon. And God can't use people that chase money, that chase status, that chase accolades, that chase success. God uses those that are willing to serve. Our service is really why we are here. No, peace and blessings, brother. I did not watch Craig Jones' invitational. I will be sure to chime into it if he is someone that speaks from a perspective of leading with God. I'm always interested in information, so thank you so much for sharing. As I have watched countless interviews, lives, chats, um, just so much opposition from us getting together. Hello, thank you so much for chiming in and giving me your time. Um, Thank you for your service, brother. I could only imagine what the situation is out there in Ethiopia. My prayers are with you and those people, and I pray that the spirit of the one and only true living God just pour out blessings that they haven't room enough to receive. I pray that the generational curses and strongholds that have been put on those lands, as well as these lands, are lifted. um, I don't know if you've been told, but this is the year of favor for our Lord. Those that are called, appointed, and chosen know that we are in a season of coming out of bondage. We are in a season of breaking generational curses. We are in a season that is unlike any other. From here on out, our legacies and our generations coming are only going to have the blueprints that we leave them, us right here in this day and age. So, what blueprints are we leaving for our young children, our young men, and our young women? All of these, and what's so ironic to me is all of these people claim to serve God, claim to know God, claim to have relationship with God. I heard a message from a brother, saying if it's not on his shirt, something about if it's not God appointed, don't point it out. And here this man is saying that the worst mistake that a man could ever make is um, choosing to be with a single mother of children. And I don't know why people get it twisted. I don't know why people seem to think that us single women with children, because I am single mother of three. My oldest is 26, my younger two are 9 and 11, and the last thing that I'm looking for is a man. Now, granted, um, there are things, there are principles, there are skill sets, there's a certain belief that a man of God operates in that can only come from a man. And that is why I am working diligently on bringing this project, this mentorship for young boys, Save Our Seeds, that is not just a mentorship for our young boys, but a mentorship for our men. Because our men don't even know how to get along with each other, how to respect each other, how to be humble to one another, be respectful. It's all of this macho bravado, this every man for themselves, this I can do it on my own. And news flash, no, you can't. These curses, these strongholds, these devils that we are fighting, the only way that we are going to make any kind of headway is banding together. I understand it's important to be financially independent, to be financially wealthy in a term, in a sense of being, but people are forgetting the number one rule, and that is we operate by faith and not by sight. It's easy to know that the bills are going to get paid when you have a 9 to 5, when you have a savings account, when you got Bitcoin and crypto and all of these wallets and these portfolios. It's easy to know how the bills are going to get paid and how the missions are going to be impossible. But what about taking a chance on faith? I am a firm believer that if God gives vision, he makes provision. So I don't have to worry about where the money's coming from. I don't have to worry about who's writing the check because my daddy got a black card, an infinite source of wealth and drawing that I pull from constantly, consistently, faithfully. I haven't worked a corporate job since 2019, over 6 years. Some days I know, some days I don't know how the bills are going to get paid, but I pray on it. I send my petitions up, and God has never failed me. Not only has he not failed me, but elevating me to where I can spend hours meal prepping, chopping up fresh fruit and vegetables, to where I can be at home to greet my boys when they come home from school. I really want them to be homeschooled. But my boys are very social, very active, and they like and they should have friends. They go outside every day, ride their bikes, play basketball, go swimming. The things that I did when I was a child. And I want them to have that. And that really is the only reason that they are in school. My middle son is clear off the charts. Actually, the only reason I had the principal and the superintendent of the school that he attends tell me the other day that the only reason they receive STEM funding is because of the test scores of my son. How do you think that makes me feel? Yes, it gives me a sense of pride, But it also just brings me back to the realization that they use us. Ain't nobody cut me a check for him having test scores that are so notable that they had to make a personal phone call and a personal home visit for. Ain't nobody put no money in my bank account or my son's future fund to say thank you that we received these hundreds of thousands of dollars just based on his test scores alone. For me, that says something. That says that if he can do that in a public school source setting, that he'd be much better off in a private homeschool setting. So I'm really charging and I'm really challenging. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I know that we have to do it. We have to be self-sufficient and independent, and not just where academics are concerned. There's so many aspects to being a human being, so many aspects to being a man that I'll never be able to explain and break that down. But you men can. But the question is, do you even want to? Does everything have to come attached to does a form of payment have to come attached to everything that we do? I mean, everything that we do has to have a how much or what's in it for me attached to it. When are we going to stop with the selfishness? At what cost? Because these young boys out here, they not playing. They are so misguided, misrepresented, unloved, unnurtured, uncherished. They don't care. They don't care about taking lives. They don't care about pulling triggers because they feel empty. And that hurts. I don't know how you feel about it, but I know for me, every day, when I see that body count going up, when I see how many of our men are in those jails and in those prisons, every day is going up, going up, going up. And I'm thinking to myself, hot damn, when are we going to get it? Because as much money as we make, if we don't have no body count, who's going to be left to assume generational wealth? Who's going to be left to advertise products and services to what, skeletons? We making AI nations now. We making digital bodies and digital babies. What's left? I don't understand it. It doesn't take rocket science to understand that how you break a cycle is by giving somebody the chance and opportunities that you wish that you had. Doesn't take rocket science to understand. Yeah, that boy that now is that man walking around with this big chip on his shoulders that's full of pride and selfishness and arrogance, and I'm gonna do it because ain't nobody helping me. I didn't get no handouts. Didn't nobody come to my games. Didn't nobody give me no game. Well, how you fix that is by saying, you know what? I want to make sure that I am to one of these young men what I wish I had. Now that's a bar. These young men looking up to these rap stars and quote unquote OGs in the game, to them, they're like Superman. But when you get up on Superman with the X-ray vision, you find out that Superman is just a man, and not even a good man. A man full of smoke, mirrors, and the likes that aren't really worth praise. You don't have to be rich and powerful to be effective. And I don't know where people get the notion that money comes with power. Money just puts you in a new tax bracket with a new set of headaches, a new set of friends, and opportunities. Don't give you any power. Doesn't make you invincible, doesn't make you eternal. It just makes you a person with money. And now you have to figure out what to do with it. And really, if people are really as God-fearing and God-believing as they say they are, you'd be figuring out how to get rid of that money. Because you know and you understand that a rich man don't have any place in the kingdom of the Most High. Because the whole point of amassing wealth is so that you can be effective and help others. Am I saying that you don't need to have a plan, have a savings? No, I'm not saying that. But a lot of these people that are rich and wealthy have enough. We have enough to eradicate poverty, homelessness, hunger, and just our own. It doesn't even have to be about other people, but we have enough wealth, enough resources, enough money to end the plagues and the curses of our people. But we live in a world of selfishness, in a world of competition, in a world of boasting. Yeah, it feel real good, huh? To say, I'm sitting up high. You turn your nose down. Look at other people like they beneath you. And you got something over them. You have power over them. Yeah, it must make you feel like a real big shot. To me, that's suck shit. Excuse my French, but that's sucker shit. And that's why God says, remember the poor, remember the hungry, remember the oppressed, because he knows the hearts of man. He knows that once man get a little bit of status, get a little bit of money, get a little bit of what? Paper. And we the fools that are still chasing paper. Because let's be clear, devils ain't been operating on paper since they created paper. Paper was meant and made just for us. Because the only currency that they have ever operated on is the currency of us, the currency of our bodies, of our melanin, the currency of our energy, the currency of us getting on bandwagon and supporting and pushing all their products. They don't even, when you look into their lifestyles and how they live, this how you know that a mofo is crooked. as a roach leg. If they gonna push and peddle their products to you, but don't even keep them and use them in their own household. You ever thought about that? The clothes that they manufacture for us, that we kill each other over, the shoes that we kill each other over, that we judge each other. What you got? What you rocking? Oh, you ain't rocking this brand or that brand. You ain't worth nothing. The makers and the designers of their product don't wear them they damn self. But we the food, buying up and funding they generation after generation after generation after generation, and still coming out po, broke, hungry, tired, hustling daily, on the grind. Think about that all in itself. What you on? Oh, I'm grinding. Since when life ever supposed to be a grind? A grind sounds like something that's smashing you, something that's pressuring you, something that you don't want to do, but you got to do. I'm not doing it. And my baby's not doing it. No, sir. We weren't meant here to grind. We weren't brought here to grind. We were brought here to rule. We were brought here to be ambassadors, to be examples, to love each other, to build kingdoms. Not 10 million mom and pop shops. What we gonna do with 10 million mom and pop shops that can't get along, can't work together? Mom and pop shop gonna have a run for a good, 5, maybe 10 years if they lucky, and then what? Mom and pop shop gone. And you done worked, put in your life savings, your energy, your time, but just can never scale it big enough, do it big enough, because it's only so much work that one person can do. It's only so much work that one family can do. But when we understand that we are a family all together, be nice to bring back and really mean the term my brothers, my sisters. Because my brothers, my sisters, I give my last to. My brothers, my sisters, I would fight for, go to war for. My brothers, my sisters, you come up against, you're going to have a force that can only be matched in the heavens. But we call in ourselves everything but children of the Most High. We call in ourselves everything but brothers and sisters, because what? It sounds catchy. It rhymes. Part of the game. What part of the game? We got to do better. We got to do better. Don't take rocket science. For men, go outside. Get outside. Throw some balls with these babies and teach them how to have some. That don't take no money. All that take is effort and your want to do it. You don't need no cameras, no photo ops to pull these babies to the side and say, what can I do to put you on the right path? What can I do to help you to know who you are, what you are. What can I do? Remember, again, that our life is a life of service. And if you ain't serving God, you serving something you ain't got no business serving, and Lord help you. I try not to do things. I don't do things with a heavy heart, because a heavy heart is not going to get it. God says everything that we do with the spirit of joy, do with the spirit of love, do with the spirit of hope. And I absolutely, firmly, wholeheartedly, I believe in our ability to get this done and to do this right. I believe that we can come together and really change things and make waves. I believe wholeheartedly that there are people, that there are men, that there are women that genuinely want the good of our people, and not about dimes and dollars and followings and fans and bank accounts and budgets. That's not how we're supposed to be operating. I thank you for listening. God knows how many days, nights I intercede, I pray, I fast. I know how Jesus felt when he said he prayed until he bled. You know what kind of prayer that had to be. You know how much sincerity, how much strength, how much of yourself you really have to pour into prayers. I mean, pour. And that's why I don't do posting and videos as much as I should, because I'm too busy praying, fasting, praying, fasting, praying, fasting, praying, fasting. But it's time to come up for air, to get things done, because I realize when God calls you to something, he says maybe it's not working because you're not in it. And a lot of times we run from our gifts. Because when God shows you the magnitude of how he's going to use you, it's frightening. The visions that he shows me. But not anymore. Because I know he's equipped me. I know he's given me everything that I need. Everything that I need to be effective, to be efficient, to be humble, to be kind. It's been so long since I've just encountered kind people. I met a good sprinkle of people here and there. But everybody walking around talking about their children of the Most High and so rude, so heartless, so callous and cruel. And I'm thinking to myself, ain't a bit of God in you. And you out here talking about glory to God, but watching your wallet stack up, stack up, stack up. Worried about, only concerned about you, and what somebody can do for you. And it's tragic. It's tragic because we have it. 1 in 25. I was reading a story the other day that said 1 in 25 black people are millionaires. 1 in 25. And we only 13% of the population, but 1 in 25. Breathtaking. We have truly cracked the code. Cracked the code. We know. We know how to get success and how to be wealthy. But now everybody wants to capitalize, capitalize, capitalize. Think about in the days that our Savior walked the earth, all the good that he did, healing people, raising people from the dead. Yeah, I can save them for the good solid price of $1,999. Yep, I can deliver his soul. I can bring him back from the dead. Yep, I can make him walk. I can cast out them demons, all for the low cost of $2,000. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Wouldn't nobody have been saved? Everybody would have perished if he operated the way a lot of us out here operating today. Whole world would be dead and on their way to hell. It ain't too many. It ain't too many going. It ain't too many righteous. It ain't too many. But those of us that are, it's time to come out of hiding and be brave. And even if you're afraid, do it afraid. I'm terrified. I hate cameras. That engine part of me says that every time that you get on the camera, you're giving away a piece of your soul. We ain't all black. Ain't nobody all black. We don't know what we are. We only know what they tell us. African. I don't believe my ancestors came from Africa. I believe my ancestors was right here on this continent when it was taken over. As most were. As most were. All them stories and all those things that they just hogwash. That generation, those generations of black people died out long time before we was born. That's what I believe. I really do. But only God knows at this point. That's my creator. That's my maker. That's wherein my origin lies. So I don't care what you call me, as long as you're calling me a child of the Most High. We won't have a problem. But today is a blood moon. That means that portals are opening. That means that stuff is being let in, stuff is going out. So if you're in the spiritual walk and you for real about it, you better pray that as much evil spirits get sucked up into that vortex as humanly possible. And God sends down angels mercenary angels, fighting spirits. We need fighting spirits. We need organized spirits. We need spirits of unity. We need spirits of humility. We need spirits of courage. That's what you pray. Come out of that blood moon. I know that might be going over a lot of people's heads, but when you know what you just know. I am Media Queen, and I approve this message. I love you all. I thank you all for sharing your time with me. Please like, subscribe, and share. I guess I have to say that, right? If I ever hope to grow. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please and thank you. Be blessed.